Shalom, back with part 4 of Discernment. All right, this is the close out. Okay, and this is part 4. Anyway, let's pick it up here again in Ephesians 5. We read 13 and 14. Let's go to 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. Right? I believe there's scripture that tells you that, we are sheep surrounded by wolves. Matter of fact, give me a minute. This is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. All right? Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. You understand, people? All right? You have to remember that it's not about being carnal. All right? Give me a minute. See? This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. Okay? That's Esau, the self-proclaimed white man. That's the way he handles things. But we are not carnal. Okay? We're spiritual. All right? So mighty through our God power to the pulling down of strongholds. You see that? And what are part of their strongholds? Deceptions and lies. Okay? And we pull that down through what? Through the testimony, through the scriptures. Okay? You understand, people? See, the casting down of imaginations. Okay? Casting down of their, false precepts. Okay? Their pseudoscience. All right? Along with their deceptions and lies. Okay? Every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High Power, and bringing it into captivity, every thought to the obedience of the Hamashiach. There you go. All right? Give me a minute. So, again, people, an example of when you're reading, the precepts should hit you, okay? And you go to the precepts, okay? And you bring what? You bring clarity. You bring further understanding, okay? Because that's what it's all about here, okay? Understanding, okay, which means discernment, okay? And when a person doesn't get it, by the time you've given them a couple of precepts, they were never meant to get it. End the story, all right? You move on. All right, verse 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Evil is a compound word, meaning bad times. Okay? So redeeming the time because the days are evil, and you're living in that time. And things are just going to keep, circling the drain here. All right? You understand? It's just going to keep getting worse and worse. Okay? And ultimately, Armageddon, don't forget the Charagma, all right, the MOTB, all right, the mark of the beast, that C-hip, all right, because they're going to crash the system, okay? And those that take it, you've been warned not to, all right? Okay? Because those that do, okay, well, you're going to die in front of Yahushua and the angels, because you're going to be part of the fire, fuel of the fire, from the ICBMs, the thermonuclear fire, or you're going to get hit by the concentrated laser fire from the chariot. But you're going down and you're going out. Okay, in other words, you're not part of the elect. All right. All right. Wherefore, be not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And the will of the Lord is written here in the testimony. Okay? He's not dealing with the 2/3. They're being cut off to die on this side. He's not dealing with the whole world. Okay? He's not coming to save the wicked. Okay? He's not dealing with the other nations. All right? He's coming back for his elect. That's all that's going up into those chariots. They're called the chariots of Israel. Okay? And only the elect of Israel are going up into those chariots, all right, to receive the new bodies, okay? Become the immortal God, kings, and priests of the earth, co-heirs to the kingdom with Yahushua. You understand? All right? Verse 18. Be not drunk with wine. Wine is not talking about, the wine that you're drinking, from bottle or liquor store. No. It's talking about doctrines, okay? Legislations, philosophies, okay? Where in excess, but be filled with the Spirit, all right? Yeah, the Spirit of prophecy, the Spirit of Yahushua. You understand, people? All right? Anyway, you know what? We'll end this lesson here. Hopefully you're edified. I'm out. I'm on to the next one. Shalom.